Hello everyone, it is I, Knux, bringing you another top 10 countdown. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 best Sonic endings, ranging from the very first game all the way up to Sonic Lost World. Now warning, this video will contain spoilers, so if there's a Sonic game you haven't beat, please watch with caution.
Bon appetit!
Number 10, Sonic the Hedgehog. This one is the classic of all classics. After defeating Robotnik and saving the world for the first time, our hero takes a stroll down Green Hill Zone. Flowers are blooming, everything is cheerful, and the scene makes you realize what you did to achieve this by playing music from every stage. Nostalgia at its purest form. Number 9. Sonic 3 and Knuckles. The experience just wouldn't be complete without the use of lock-on technology. Upon beating the game, you're greeted to some much-needed Sky Sanctuary music that sets the mood perfectly. Super Sonic delivers the Master Remote back home to his then-rival Knuckles in order to save the Echidna's home. You have to think, these guys hated each other throughout the game, so this strongly shows how heroic Sonic really is. The scene also confirms the friendship between the two characters. Number 8. Sonic Adventure. SA1 is no secret to cutscenes, so it isn't surprising to find one line at the end. In a broken down, flooded city, you can't help but to feel great after defeating the water god Perfect Chaos.
Chaos has changed again, this time for the better.
Yeah! Super Sonic must have neutralized it, so it's nice again.
Tikal reuniting with Chaos, the random Happy Chow singing, Big the Cat, the ending does its job in giving the player a hit of sadness, but it's not until Open Your Heart starts playing to where you're just begging for a sequel. Number 7. Sonic Riders. Not a fan favorite among fans, but the ending is definitely worth pointing out. The two main characters of the game communicating with each other, looking at the sunset. Epic.
But enough of this friendly banter, Sonic. You better make sure you're ready when we meet face to face once again. You bet.
The scene makes for great silhouettes, and it's also nice to see Jet's final cocky remarks.
You may be fastest for now, but I'll be back, Sonic the Hedgehog.
That's how you do character building. Number 6. Sonic Colors. After a painfully easy final boss, our hero attempts to escape from an exploding amusement park. While this seems impossible, our luck is increased when millions of aliens come to the rescue. The scene ends with some charming, emotional interaction between Sonic and Tails.
That thing's translating pretty good.
Yep, I finally got all the kinks out. We can talk to them perfectly now.
Easily the most memorable scene from the game, Roger makes the player realize that he is the new voice of Sonic. Number 5. Sonic Battle. The customizable fighting Gizoid Emerl ends his life after a hard-fought battle with his former father figure, Sonic the Hedgehog. Each character that had a connection with the robot are highlighted in this scene, reflecting their thoughts on the matter. The black background really gives the ending a closed, sad feeling, and that wonderful silence was a perfect add-on. Number 4. Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. So how does the worst Sonic game of all time make the list? Easy. After defeating Solaris, the only way the world can be saved is by erasing the events that happened throughout the game. Yes, this technically means Sonic 06 never happened, making this reboot an actual reboot of itself.
But our encounter... You and I will never meet. It will never have happened.
This was a huge relief for fans, as they soon found out that the awful, confusing, and questionable plot did not play into the main Sonic canon. Dodge one there. Number 3. Sonic Unleashed. Admit it, the idea of turning Sonic into a werehog wasn't necessarily a great one, but the story definitely made up for it. Unleashed relied on the relationship between Sonic and Chip, also known as Light Gaia. This name allowed Chip to help Super Sonic defeat Dark Gaia, one of the most epic conclusions to a Sonic game ever. Though the actual boss fight was mediocre at best, the scope and atmosphere of the situation was grand. We lost a main character in the process, however, we got a nostalgic credit sequence to finish the game. Number 2. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. talk about classic. Not only is this the first time our blue hedgehog enters space, it's also the first time we see Super Sonic. After defeating the Death Egg robot, a massive explosions take place which drives our hero to fall into the planet. The transition from a series of black and white images of South Island creatures to a falling Sonic is legend. The fact that Tails knows his new friend has survived really proves their friendship when he goes to save him. The scene is iconic, and is easily the most remembered ending in the classic era. I personally prefer the bad ending, but both are undeniably satisfying. Before we go on to number 1, here are some honorable mentions.
Hey, Sonic! Enjoy your future! It's gonna be great!
My first wish, bring Shara back to life. Because we're Sonic heroes.
Number 1. Sonic Adventure 2. After tons of build-up between the main characters Sonic and Shadow, the epic conclusion to SA2 is one that caught fans off guard. Just as the two begin to finally put an end to Biohazard, well...
Shadow, I beg of you.
Maria!
Give them a chance to be happy.
Now, Shadow! Chaos Control!
Maria, this is what you wanted, right? This is my promise I made to you.
Your eyes did not deceive you. Shadow, arguably the main character of the game, dies. This puts our characters in a state of sadness, as they all reflect on what just happened. Little touches like Sonic giving Rouge Shadow's rings, Eggman having a friendly discussion with Tails, and the credits rolling while most of this is going on, makes the scene extremely depressing for a kid's game. The ending also makes each character feel relevant, as they all can relate to Shadow.
Let's go home to the planet as cool and blue as me.
Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog.
And if you stay around after the credits, the game informs you to rest easy, and that Shadow is in a better place. I hope you all enjoyed my list, and if you would like to see more Sonic related content, feel free to subscribe. I'm Knux, and thanks for watching.